walking with Cassie, this dog right here. Right, Cassie? Let me make. Yes, getting ready to walk. And what do we call this? Theory chat. This could be a new thing. Elvis Bob Theory chat. And it is a new thing as of right now. So my earpiece was doing something a little funny, making sure it's connected. Testing, testing, testing. Echo, echo, echo. Can you hear me? Bob Elvis Theory chat. So as I'm doing the little bike ride, I thought I would, what do we call this? Introduce this theory to you all. Hi, Trish. So I mentioned in a video a few days ago talking about Pastor Bob's new performance scheduled in Alabama for October 10th at, I can't remember the name of the place right now. Maybe somebody could put it in the comments, but in Alabama, October 10th. And it wasn't a surprise to me to see something like that come up this year, especially now that we've had a few years of the George Magazine Live event going on. And let's not kid ourselves, that is a big deal too. And lots of guest speakers. Obviously, George Magazine is not just some small-time little magazine. It was founded by JFK Jr. and now Gene Ho is taking over the helm. But there's a lot going on there, obviously, behind the scenes. So now with this concert with Pastor Bob, a somewhat pricey ticket, at least if you're going as a VIP. But there's a dinner too, but still. I don't got any problem with the ticket prices. I'm just saying that they're up there. And he's well deserving of it. And I really doubt that I doubt at the end of the night he's getting a deposit or taking cash. You know what I mean? So, but I can't help but wonder what is going to be the purpose of this concert? Is there more to it than just a concert? Is this the EP comeback? I mean, what's going on, right? Okay, but theory. Let me read a couple comments, say a few hellos first. Do you think Bob Joyce come out with a reveal at the concert? I don't know, but I'm asking the question. Greg, it's a question that we can ask and be wondering about. I don't know how to say your name, sorry. Janice? I want to go, but my husband won't go, and I live almost 2 hours away. Oh, you're not too far away at all. It doesn't look like that big of a place from the pictures that I found and posted and showed all of you. So I can't imagine that it's going to take very long to sell out. So it's probably like now or never if you're going to buy tickets. JNF. Don't know if you knew this or not, but Elvis has 2 and possibly more social security numbers, and only one of those numbers are tied to all death records. Interesting. I did not know that. The funds go to the church. He doesn't use any of the money for himself. Yeah, that would be my best guess, too. Hi, Southern Grits. Patricia, hello. I remember you. I remember all of you. But what was I going to say? So, oh yeah, the money. I have no doubt that whatever money is going to be used for is purposed and planned. But it is interesting, right? And let's live in the imaginary world for a second that Pastor Bob is just a small town pastor. Those ticket prices aren't normal, right? Hey, Robert. Okay, so now to the theory. Sorry for postponing you with anticipations. From everything we've seen the last, 9 years? 8, 9 years? Going back to 2016. I think you all know why I might mention 2016. It has to do with a certain leader of the U.S. country. I don't think I need to explain it any more than that. After everything that's happened since then, and this awakening event that's going on, now I'll be upfront with all of you, open and honest. I feel really good about a lot of the predictions and things that I've told people since way back then. And what happened in 2020, I feel like probably many of you listening to this, because we're on the same wavelength, we've been pretty tapped into what evil people have been doing. And we've been helping guide people on the right path as much as possible. And I feel really good about 97, 98% of it. There were some mistakes made, but I never expected that this whole adventure, journey, event, that we'd still be here where we are in 2025. So I will be straight about that. None of it has surprised me, and we're seeing good things happen, but it's taking so long. But it's obviously been well planned out, right? The only way things can go as smooth as they are is if there's been just totally redundant plan in place. So why do I mention all of that? And what I mean by planning is planning by leaders, certain leaders, in the military. And some of you, sorry, some of you are much more knowledgeable about that kind of stuff than others. And me being a Marine for 15 years, now retired, I had a lot of experience and understanding of how things work for that to be my sort of starting place back in 2015 when I retired, and all the things that I noticed and slowly connected the dots like many of you. So, okay, so I went to that tangent first before I explain the theory. Why do I mention all of that? Because if you believe that Pastor Bob is EP, if a lot of people are, whether knowingly or not, part of a much larger plan, which is ultimately God's plan. It's all God's plan, how things end up and progress. You know, I've seen and heard the rumors about 2027 being the return of EP, right? That's the 50-year anniversary. Is it August 16th or whatever, supposedly? 2027. We could very well be waiting for that year, next year, I don't know. The end of this year, October 10th, at a certain performance. Like, I've always done my best to be straightforward and not hyping you guys up about anything. No, I don't know. I don't know for sure. But from the things that we're seeing kind of keep ramping up, and the theory about Pastor Bob included, we could see a slow buildup with Pastor Bob, EP, wink, wink. Just throwing that out there. And it's one of those things where there's no amount of videos that I put out or anybody puts out, no matter how convincing they are, and we all know this from 2020 and beyond, there is no amount of info that is going to make a large number of people just see it and be like, oh, yeah, that's the truth. That's what it is. It's totally different than what I believed, right? It's all this, it's all the wake up process on many topics that we're going through where something has to hit you individually as a person, whatever that topic is. And then once that happens and that light switch turns on, you're never the same again. You can never go back to sleep and think of things the same way you did before. So, I guess in short, my theory is that why wouldn't the Pastor Bob story unfold the same way? Maybe other celebrities, right? We know that Pastor Bob isn't the only, or getting the names mixed up, or maybe I'm not. We know that Elvis Presley is not the only celebrity, very well known person who many have questioned if he actually died or if he went into hiding, witness protection, or whatever the case may be. There's been plenty, and Michael Jackson is one of them. And I'm not gonna go into that whole tangent, um, but so you get what I'm saying. So basically, in short, the theory is maybe we need a slow, grueling wake up on Pastor Bob as a country and a world, just because like it's part of God's plan. It's part of the revival. It's part of the wake up. It's part of the truth. I don't know. I'm getting deep, man. Getting so deep. I got to stop and read some comments. Who's here now? Beverly. Wish it would come together now. Yeah, I think we all agree with you. We're all learning a lesson in patience on different things right now. Robert, oh, Greg, I agree with you. Who was Pastor Bob there and who was Charlie Ward? Okay, I'll let you guys discuss amongst yourselves. Patricia, the concert is for. That is kind of the winning question. Why is he doing a dinner and performance now? I mean, October 10th. I mean, is there some purpose for it? Is that purpose going to be announced before the concert? I don't think anything has been posted yet about a why, other than just the fact it's going to happen. Beverly said, when I first figured it out, I cried that he just can't say now who he is. Yeah, I mean, knowing what we know about Pastor Bob and how much he loves God, he wants to serve, or he wants to share the gospel. That's all his focus is. He's had the fame, he's had everything, and doesn't want the fame or the money anymore. I wouldn't be sad for him. I don't think he's sad about that. He's happy with the life that he has, and you can see that. I mean, it's sad the earlier part of his life. Hi, Elaine. Yeah, Kim, I didn't catch all the sermon yesterday. I usually catch up on it later, but He is always the best. If you look at Bob's eyes, they tell you everything you need to know about who he actually is. J and F. Yeah, I totally agree. The eyes do not lie, as they say. And Janice says, I think God is using him to lead many to the Lord. Yeah, it's all about, I mean, whether you look at it as God's plan, which of course it is, or you look at it as like a national plan, shall I say. Sometimes I adjust the words I use. However you look at it, there's planning in place. And like when I listen to Gene Ho and the little mystery he puts out there, and we're connecting dots on things he's saying, sometimes when certain people talk, you just know, you can tell one thing. You can tell that they know more than they're able to tell you, right? And of course, Gene has connections. We've seen pictures of all the people he's been with and friends with, close with. And so, you know, when you just put all of that together, and now Gene has been dropping the videos, dropping the breadcrumbs for years now. So, and I don't think he's a crazy person. He's not just doing it to be crazy. He's also a believer in Jesus Christ, attends Pastor Bob's church, and there's no hint of wrongdoing from him either, right? So just when you put all these things together, and you look at George Magazine and the connections and more connections, um, you know, the age is a big factor for probably everybody at one point or another. Like, is he really 90, right? We've all asked ourselves that question. But that's why I posted on this channel, was it this morning or yesterday? Posted 4 or 5 different celebrities, either 90 or above, and how they look very similar to Pastor Bob, if not even younger in some ways, you know, but it's just, it's a new world. When people take care of themselves and have the best doctors, treatment, like really good info and doctors, and eat well and all that kind of stuff, you can look pretty good at 90. Living in Japan for about 3 years. I mean, not everybody over there eats totally healthy, but in certain ways, maybe they eat healthier over there than we do, or at least certain people. Well, I shouldn't say that. We have people who eat healthy in every country. The point is, you can look pretty good around 90 if you take care of yourself. And so that post that I shared, it was a regular post on this channel, not a video, but a post. You can compare the pictures for yourself. But there's dozens upon dozens of well-known celebrities that are around 90 or in their 90s who look good and who look similar. So anyhow, Shatner, yeah, that was one of them. Clint Eastwood was another one. Can't remember her name right now. Anyhow, you can go look for yourself. A picture is worth 1,000 words or something like that. William Shatner, he's 94. So the reason I mentioned the age thing is just because it's probably the most recurring skeptical comment that's out there, right? But it offers no proof of anything. So people will say it over and over again, but okay, that's your opinion, right? That's what you think, but That's it. It's just an opinion that, oh, he couldn't possibly, he looks like 70s, whatever. Like, are you sure? So, anywho, and there's a lot of people who it's just it's an emotional issue, and maybe they loved the old Elvis the way he was, right? The king of rock and roll. Rock and roll. And so even though maybe they kind of endured his gospel side of music, they didn't really want that. They just wanted rock and roll, right? So the last thing they want to see is Pastor EP. Have you thought about it that way? I've thought about it that way. And so there's a very emotional reaction to just that possibility, just wanting to rule it out completely right away because it's just no, there's not going to be no Pastor EP. So, but we know it's, oh, the mic's cutting out. Yeah, I don't know. This mic is not as good as I was hoping. It's fairly new, but so yes, Carl, it's about taking care of yourself. Yeah, I mean, I had a horrible year as far as got testicular cancer for the second time, and it was much different, harder this time. Messed up my spinal cord, apparently, with the nerves. But I've been eating natural, exercising every moment any way I could, and I'm getting better. And but I'm trusting and believing in the Lord all the way, and it all makes a difference. A lot of people would just give up or just stay bedridden or something. Um, there's lots of different ways you can react to something that's very hard in life, and so that would include more than anything somebody like EP. And I mean, the people around him were have all said he was just miserable those last few years, however many years. So you can make a pretty dramatic change, like overnight, once you've gotten to such a breaking point. So thanks, Patricia. I'm doing a whole lot better now. Hey, I'm riding a bike now. I can walk without crutches. For those of you who can walk, totally normal, and don't have any major illness, you really need to appreciate it and thank God, because tell you what, I had about 6 months where I couldn't do that, and it just, you don't know what you got till it's gone, sort of thing. I'm just really enjoying life right now, even though I'm still not 100%. I'm probably call myself like 80%, but compared to before, it's just amazing. Having hair, I was using the aloe vera and rosemary combination, or I have been, like every day. Put it on my head. I think it smells good. My hair has actually grown back fuller than it was before. Like it was starting to bald a little bit around here before. It's actually fuller now than it was before the chemo and everything. So, and I was worried there for a while it wasn't going to grow back. So, God is good, and He saw me through it after a million prayers and plenty of worries and everything else. But anyhow, that was a lot of tangents, but thanks, Trish. Jesus is our healer. Amen. Elaine. Um, so Kim agrees. So thank you all. Um, yeah, I should probably wrap it up and either do something constructive for the rest of the night or just call it a night. I don't know. It's about 7:20 here in California and getting dark. And Cassie's thinking, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm happy right here. So I hope you all have a great one. Of course, more videos coming your way as always this week. And I'm just having a blast with everything that we're seeing. Can't wait for George Magazine Live. More videos, more interesting stuff. And then I'm not planning to go to the concert, but I think either way, we're going to get videos from that too. And maybe some interesting info in the coming weeks. So should be fun, but don't live your life focused on it. Just have a little fun with it and enjoy the ride. And you're all amazing people, so I'm sure you're doing that. But okay, I'll keep you posted. So you can always help the channel by liking, commenting, sharing, watching the full videos. I don't ask for donations. If any of you want to buy merch or don't, or be a part of the VIP club and get some extra videos that only you get, that's up to you. I really don't try very hard for all that kind of stuff, but it's a blessing to me when you do, and I love getting to know each of you more, because it's still a small enough community that I can get to know each of you. And I like to do that too. And I try to comment back as much as I can or reply back. But yeah, just thank you all. I try to keep giving you guys whatever you're enjoying the most with the videos and the music. So, so thanks, Elaine, Irma, Adam. Awesome video and proof. Yeah, we got lots of it. Lots of proofs. Okay, so, Elaine, we left a good review on Amazon. I think, yeah, I saw that on the book, right? Oh, yeah, the book too. I finished the book and I haven't even talked about it hardly. So that's proof. I'm not trying to just tell you guys. I'm just having a blast. I'm just along for the ride with the rest of you. And like I was saying, however I can bless you through the channels and everything is great. But yeah, I will keep you posted best I can as usual. And more fun stuff coming our way soon. So have a good one. I'll see you all next time. Thanks. God bless.